Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid play out a draw in the derby at the Civitas Metropolitano. Football Club Barcelona's perfect run at the start of the season comes to an end as they lose away to Osasuna. And in Vigo, Iago Aspas is honoured for 500 appearances with Celta and scores a vital goal for his team. These are the weekend results from Matchday 8 of the LaLiga EA Sports season, which saw a 3-0 win for Real Sociedad against Valencia, a 4-2 defeat for Barcelona at the hands of Osasuna. There was a 1-0 win for Real Betis against Espanyol. The big Madrid derby ended 1-1 between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. And the match day comes to a close on Monday night with Villarreal against Las Palmas. Barcelona remain top of the table with a 3-point lead over Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid and Athletic Club complete the top 4, whilst the top 7 is rounded off by Mallorca, Villarreal and Osasuna. At the bottom, it's Las Palmas, Valladolid and Valencia in the relegation zone. At the Civitas Metropolitano, it was Atletico Madrid against Real Madrid in the big derby, a Sunday night showdown, the first in that fixture for Conor Gallagher, who got a starting role for Atleti. When the action got underway, there was a run down the left-hand side from Julian Alvarez. He looked for goal and was only denied by the foot of Thibaut Courtois. At the upper end, Real Madrid's first chance, a Fede Valverde effort pushed away by Jan Black. This cutback led to a layoff, and Jude Bellingham's low drive was also met by the Slovenian goalkeeper. Was completely free on the edge of the area. Rodrigo could only fire just centimetres over the bar. Vinicius Jr. went down in a free kick that was debated by the Atletico Madrid players. From it, the ball was played out to Vinicius. He shimmied around Rodrigo de Paul, played the ball in. It found its way to Eder Militao, and his shot was fired into the net. Militao opening the scoring on 63 minutes. And an object was thrown onto the pitch. The referee decided to take action. He took the players off. They would not return for some 20 minutes. The action finally did resume. Vinicius had a chance on the edge of the area. He looked for goal, and Oblak went down to make the parry. Molino shimmied inside, faked out Militao, went for goal. A Hollywood save from Courtois pushed the ball over the top. And a breakaway from Endrick could have sealed the deal for Los Blancos. He tried from distance with a low shot, and it found its way just wide. His effort also found its way off target. Antoine Griezmann trying to get involved. Was Angel Correa so often the saviour for Atletico Madrid? Did it again. He turned the ball into the net in the 94th minute. VAR giving the goal after a check. Late on, Marcos Llorente was sent off. Originally shown a yellow, it was upgraded to a red upon a look at it from VAR. The final score in the derby: Atletico Madrid 1, Real Madrid 1.
Football Club Barcelona fall to their first defeat of the season. It comes in El Sadar. What a home record Osasuna have. Unbeaten so far. Coming into this game, they'd won 3 and drawn 1. And now they take Barcelona to task. They were too good for them over the 90 minutes. Arezzo set the tone with that cross shot early on, just beyond Iñaki Peña's far post. Brian Zaragoza set up the first. It was Ante Budimir who scored it. 17 minutes up. Brian Zaragoza loves playing against Barcelona. He scored twice against them last season in a Granada shirt, and he was just as deadly in an Osasuna one with an assist and a goal, which you'll see shortly. Here it comes. It's Ibanez pass. Brian Zaragoza runs onto it. Still plenty for him to do. Drops the shoulder around the goalkeeper into the back of the net. And that doubled the home team's advantage. And the on-loan Bayern Munich winger having a superb first half. Barcelona complained that Toro had fouled Pau Victor in the build-up. They may have had a case, but that won't bother Zaragoza, who finished brilliantly. Images from the second half as Barca try and get back into the game. Jules Koundé set up Lewandowski. Sergio Herrera made the save. Boyamo cleared. Sergio Herrera not so effective here, though. First of all, he gifts possession to Gerard Martin, and then he fails to stop Pau Victor's tame shot. Double error from the Osasuna goalkeeper, and Barcelona find themselves with a way back into the game. Pau Victor's first goal for Barcelona, top scored for them in the summer during the pre-season friendlies. He got 20 goals for the B team last season. Rafinha was on at this point. He plays this one to Ferran. And there's Sergio Herrera making amends for his error with a fine save. Lamine Yamal was also on at this point, as was Marc Casado. And Barca looking far more effective in an attacking sense, but still having trouble at the other end of the pitch. And Budimir was brought down by Dominguez. It had to be a penalty. Brilliant running cross from Arezzo, who pushed Budimir all the way for man of the match in this game. It was Budimir who stepped up to take the penalty. He buried it. His second goal of the game, his third of the season. He became Osasuna's all-time second top scorer. And Osasuna were 3-1 up. Ruben Peña this time running in behind. And Raul Garcia drawing a fine save from Iñaki Peña. More to come. Lamine Yamal tries to launch a quick counter. Bretones is having none of it. Lashes the ball past Iñaki Peña. 4-1 with 6 minutes to go. He'd only just come on. And that's his second goal for Osasuna since moving in the summer from Oviedo. So surely now there was no way back for Barca. Well, Lamine Yamal was on the pitch, so when he's around, there's always a possibility of a Barca goal. It was another beauty from the edge of the area. And with 2 minutes left of normal time and 7 minutes added on after the 90, there was some hope that Barca would maybe force a draw. They just needed 2 goals, and Ferran Torres came very close to scoring one of those. It was Lamine who picked him out at the back post, but his header came back off the frame of the goal, and Boyoma was able to clear. So in the end, Osasuna held out for 3 big points. Final score, Osasuna 4, Barcelona 2.
Athletic Club drew 1-1 at home to Sevilla in week 8 of La Liga EA Sports. It was a thoroughly absorbing game of football at San Mamés. 2 managers that know each other well from their time together at Football Club Barcelona. Summer medalists in the Euros, the women's under-19 Euros, and at the Paris Olympics, all honoured before kick-off. And there was an honorary kick-off for Athletic legend Dani Ruiz Bazan, who made his debut for the club 50 years ago exactly. Sevilla made a bright start. There was an early chance for Peque, who touched this effort just wide. And it was the same player who forced a save just a minute later. But after Sevilla's positive start, it was Athletic Club who struck first. 20-year-old Mikel Jaureguisa with his first goal for the club. After Berenguer's free kick wasn't fully cleared, the midfielder took full advantage to make it 1-0. A second goal never arrived for the Lions, and it proved costly. Immediately after taking the lead, Iñaki Williams spurned a glorious chance to make it 2-0, but Norwegian international goalkeeper Ojan Nyland recovered to make a block. And after half-time, Sevilla improved. Their Nigerian winger, Chedira Ejuke, was a constant threat, and he would prove decisive in added time. Before that, Dodi Lukebakio rattled the post 9 minutes into the second half with a wonderful individual effort. And with 20 minutes remaining, Alex Berenguer shot wide. Had he scored here, Athletic may well have earned a 4th consecutive victory in La Liga. But he didn't score, and it remained 1-0, and suddenly Athletic were down to 10. It was a mistake from Aguirre Zabala, who decided not to catch the ball. He miscontrolled it, and Jose Mateo Mejia was able to force the red card. With a minute to play, Nemanja Gudeli almost scored with a free kick. In the 90th minute, Yuri Berchiche performed heroics to prevent Lukebakio from equalising. This was a remarkable piece of defending in the final minute, but in stoppage time, the visitors did find an equaliser. Ejuke with the dribble and the cross, and eventually the ball came off the substitute goalkeeper, Alex Padilla, for an own goal. He was so unfortunate. Unai Nunez initially heading the cross, it came back off the woodwork and down off the glove of Padilla. And Garcia Pimienta's side had rescued a point in added time at San Mamés. They very nearly earned all 3. It was once again Chedira Ejuke causing problems for the Lions. His run, his shot, and Padilla's block deep in stoppage time. It finished at San Mamés. Athletic Club 1, Sevilla 1.
The legacy of Iago Aspas continues to grow, and on this match day, the Celta superstar wrote a new chapter in a phenomenal career. devoted Abanca Balaidos paid tribute to their hero for his 500 matches for the club. Claudio Giraldes decided to rest him at the start. In the second half, with the score at 1-0, Celta again relied on their number 10, and Aspas came to the rescue with a great goal to salvage a point for his team. It was a move that Aspas himself started in the middle of the park, opening up for Hugo Alvarez. He put the ball on the penalty spot for Svedberg, and left it so that Aspas, arriving at the edge of the area, side-footed a shot out of Gazzaniga's reach. It was a trademark goal by Aspas, who was the saviour for his side. At the Benito Villamarín match day 8, it was Real Betis welcoming the visit of Espanyol. First chance came early doors for Cedric Bakambu, his right-footed strike saved at his near post by Joan Garcia. The scoop ball was brought down, and finally Lo Celso would knock the ball over as he tried to convert from close range. Another effort from distance this time, sent along the ground by Altamira, was saved by Joan Garcia. Whilst Abde's run into the box saw him from a narrow angle again put the Espanyol goalkeeper to the test. Abde's run into the area that saw a penalty given. He was brought down by El Hilali and decided to take the spot kick himself. Controversial decision that didn't have the approval of Manuel Pellegrini. Joan Garcia made the save, getting down to his left to push the ball away. Espanyol tried to respond in the second period. This floated ball from Puado went out. Abde run and cut back was given to Lo Celso. His swerving delivery had to be pushed over the crossbar by Joan Garcia. Delivery in, this time for Abde, was saved. Took that with his forearm off Abde's shouldered delivery. Abde made a sprint down the left-hand side. He continued to run into the box. His early cutback was snatched by Fornals ahead of Vitor Roque, his own teammate. In towards the back post was there for the taking for Romero. His drive produced the first save from Rui Silva, the Betis goalkeeper. Pablo Fornals' run ended up with a shot. Joan Garcia got down low to save. Lo Celso finally found the net for Real Betis. 5 goals in 5 games for the Argentine in his second stint at Betis. Great start to the season for him, and a winning goal late on at the Benito Villamarin. The final score, Real Betis 1, Espanyol 0.
Celta Vigo hosted Girona, with Iago Aspas celebrating 500 appearances for the home team, but he started on the bench with this one, so his 501st game would have to be delayed a little bit. And it was Girona with the first real opportunity. Yangel Herrera from very close range and a very narrow angle, which maybe means it would have been better for him to have released a pass rather than trying to shoot from there. Then there was a good headed opportunity for Abba Ruiz after a nice cross from Oriol Romeo. Ruiz could only glance it wide. That was Romeo's last real involvement, because he then had to go off with a thigh injury picked up by the challenge from Borja Iglesias. So that puts him in doubt before their Champions League home opener. Donny van de Beek came on to replace Romeo in midfield. Shortly before half-time, Yangel Herrera rising for the opening goal. An excellent header, dispatched from the cross by Daley Blind. Beautifully flighted ball in. Herrera so adept at attacking the penalty area, so good in the air as well. He showed it with a fine finish there. Girona into the lead just before the break. There was another injury setback in the second half for them, with this time Daley Blind limping off, so two experienced players out. As Blind joined Romeo on the bench, David Lopez came on. Celta battling to try to get back in the game. Had a chance for Pablo Duran, but he was looking a little off balance as he released the shot and send it high over the crossbar. Then cometh the hour of need, cometh the inevitable man. Aspas was introduced with around 20 minutes remaining, giving fresh hope to the home fans. But it was Girona who were looking comfortable, and their substitute Brian Hill had a chance that was saved by Vicente Guaita. Couldn't quite get the power that he needed there. Hill. And then Aspas floating the ball out to the left-hand side. Hugo Alvarez laying it off for Svedberg and for Aspas, who finished what he started in a trademark fashion. Beautifully finished the left-footed strike. How many times we've seen it. More than 200 goals in Celta colours, more than 500 games. And this one, picture perfect from Iago Aspas. Knew exactly what he was going to do as soon as Svedberg just touched it back to him, placing it inside the post. Gazzaniga didn't even move. Pushing for a winner in the latter stages. Celta had Svedberg driving inside to shoot, and not too far past the post. A decent effort from Svedberg. Good power on the shot, as there was at the other end from Viktor Tsigankov. Hitting it hard with his right foot. Normally his weaker foot, but there was nothing weak about that effort. It was well saved by Guaita, as Tsigankov stepped inside and let fly, but kept out by the home keeper. So it finished all square. Celta 1, Girona 1.
At the Real Arena, it was Real Sociedad against Valencia on match day 8. Both sides in need of a second victory of the season. Real Sociedad attempting to get points at home for the first time this term. cut back, created the opening goal. It was Take Kubo with his second league strike of the season. Sliding the ball in off the assist from Gomez. Valencia's best chance of the first half. A header from Mosquera, saved by Ramiro. And this effort onto the crossbar from Aguard was a chance to double the advantage for the Chorigurdin. Another shot, this time from distance from Pepe Lu. Saw Ramiro get down to palm away. And this effort from inside the 6-yard box did not require an intervention from the Real Sociedad keeper. Came off the shoulder of Terrega. Effort from distance from Aguard required Mamardashvili to get down. Somehow, some way, Torrientes missed from close range after Oskarsson had troubled Mamardashvili with his tap off the cross in. Torrientes really should have buried into the top corner. But there was to be a second goal for the home side. A clever pass from Gomez. Bryce Mendes selflessly putting it to the back post, and Oskarsson scoring his first goal for La Real, his first goal in La Liga EA Sports. Chance to get back into the game for Valencia. Sergio Canós, second half substitute, released a shot off his right foot just wide. A finishing touch was provided by Gomez as he set up Oskarsson for his second goal, making it a comprehensive final score. The final score at the Real Arena: Real Sociedad 3, Valencia 0. Getafe needed to be at their best to finally celebrate their first win of the season. Despite their good performance, Los Azulones came up against an inspired Antonio Sevilla in between the sticks for Alaves. Sevilla made up to 6 saves during the 90 minutes of play, but the most spectacular came from this chance. A rebound fell on the edge of the area to Diego Rico, hit a sensational shot. But despite the power and placement of his effort, the goalkeeper responded to keep the ball out. Antonio Sevilla made the best save of the match day on Alaves' trip to the Coliseum.
Matchday 8 in La Liga. EA Sports kicked off with the game between Valladolid and Mallorca at the José Zorrilla Stadium. Valladolid were coming into this game winless in their last 6 La Liga fixtures, as their only victory this season was at this very stadium on the opening day of the campaign. Mallorca have found their form recently, having won 3 of their last 4 games. They were looking, though, to win their 3rd game on the bounce. Juan Milatasa had the first big chance of the game, but he was denied by the woodwork, his first goal of this season. Darwin Machís unable to head in the second shot. Samuel Costa would force Karl Hein into his first big save of the night. Valladolid were the better side in the first period, it's fair to say. Mallorca, the much better side in the second half. Darwin Machís was next up to almost score the opener, but the Venezuelan international could only put his shot over the crossbar. Good link-up play, though, from the striker Latasa, and then Raúl Moro playing the ball back to the edge of the box for his teammate. Images now of the second half, and the first chance dropped for Kike Pérez, who was looking to add to his goal in Valladolid's last game, a 2-1 defeat away to Sevilla. But here, the Valladolid midfielder could only put the shot just wide of the goal. 5 minutes into the second half, Luis Pérez, the Valladolid captain, went off in tears with a supposed muscular injury. On for him came Raúl Chasco to make his La Liga debut. Ivan Sanchez would actually also come on at that same moment for Darwin Machís. But it was the former Valladolid frontman himself, Kyle Larin, who would score the opener on the night for Mallorca. 58 minutes in, after a lovely ball in behind from Dani Rodríguez. Look at this from the the Canadian international, I should say. Brings down the ball, first time, does not let it drop, and beats Karl Hein from close range. His first goal of the season as well for Kyle Larin. José Copete came close to making it 2-0 after his centre-back partner Antonio Rayo picked him out with the first header. Copete's second header kept out down low by Hein. Valladolid, though, were punished towards the end for a big mistake at the back from Lucas Rosa. Second half substitute Valeri Fernandez was there to score. He scored the winner away to Betis in Mallorca's last game, and he scored the winner for a second game running, capitalising, as we say, on this mistake. But it's 2 goals in 2 games for the former Girona man. This made it 2-0, and we mentioned that it was the winner based on what happened towards the end of the game. But before that, Mallorca did actually come close to making it 3-0 following a good run from Pablo Maffeo, and then Valeri was unable to get a better contact with the ball, looking for his second of the night. In fact, he collided with the back post for his efforts. So actually Valeri did score the winner, because with 90 seconds left to play, Ivan Sanchez did this. A lovely goal from the edge of the box, and almost caused a nervy moment towards the end. Luckily for Mallorca, they would hold on, but Ivan Sanchez, with only Valladolid's second goal of the season on home soil, would score what turned out to be a consolation, but a lovely consolation at that. The final score at the José Zorrilla was Valladolid 1, Mallorca 2.
Getafe were in search of their first victory of the season as they hosted Alaves. There was a presentation to Juan Iglesias, the home team fullback, before the game, as he completed 100 appearances for the club. The first opportunity, though, was for Alaves. Carlos Vicente from the right-hand side, drilling it across goal, just evading the men in the middle. David Soria getting a foot on it. First clear chance for Getafe came when Carlos Pérez played it forward perfectly for Crisantos Uche, but his shot Well saved by Antonio Sevilla, who would go on to have a pretty busy afternoon. Lovely pass from Perez. Uche running through. Great opportunity for him, but too close to the keeper. Sevilla saving well with his foot. Towards the end of the half, Mauro Arambari with a free kick that found its way in to give Getafe the lead. Arambari with the strike, and it took a deflection off another Uruguayan in the wall, Carlos Protosoni, heading it past his own goalkeeper. No chance for Sevilla, who was left totally wrong-footed. So 1-0. Almost immediately there was a long-range shot from Omar Alderete. It was hit pretty well, but straight at the keeper. So he was able to save. Still in first half, added time. Joan Jordan with a shot that was clawed away well by David Soria. Getting down at his near post. Into the second half, a flicked header from Omar Alderete led to a penalty appeal from Getafe, originally not given, but replays showed that it did strike the arm of Tony Martinez and that his arm was outstretched, and so penalty awarded on review. And Luis Milla stepped up to fire it very well into the bottom left corner. Excellently struck by Luis Milla, holding his nerve and finding the bottom left corner for his first goal of the season. Alaves trying to get back into the game. They were crossed from Carlos Vicente, reaching Stoichkov, but he scooped his effort high over the bar. There was a chance for Diego Rico, whose left-footed drive was brilliantly denied by Sevilla. Absolutely magnificent stop to keep out a real bullet of a strike. Fabulous goalkeeping. The next chance would be for Carlos Perez, picking up a knockdown from Borja Mayoral and running through to shoot. Sevilla again in action. Eventually it was scrambled away. Perez doing really well to work it onto his left foot to strike, but too close to the keeper. Sevilla with another save. Then a free header from a corner from Juan Berrocal, who will be disappointed that he didn't make more of it. Really good opportunity. And there'd be another chance, another header. Rico with the cross, and Alvaro seeing it saved by Sevilla. Alvaro had only just come on, the loanee from Real Madrid, for his debut. Couldn't quite get the goal, but the hosts won comfortably. Getafe 2, Alaves 0.
Rayo Vallecano and Leganes, two Madrid-based sides duking it out on a Saturday afternoon at the Estadio de Vallecas. James Rodriguez with his first start in La Liga since 2020, but it was Sergio Camello who started things on the right note for Vallecas. A steal off of a turnover, and Camello does all of the rest himself. It was Roberto Lopez's turnover that allowed Camello to score his second goal of the season, takes it away and runs right at the back line. Camello undoing the Leganes back line. Leganes had not scored a goal after trailing in a game all season, though that would change later. But the first half continued, and so too did the chances for Rayo. Leganes were not good in the first half. Rayo were. Andre Raciu with this effort here, but Marko Dimitrovic came up with the stop. Juan Cruz with the only effort on target for Leganes in the first half. Easy for Augusto Batalla. As the game rolled along, Leganes started to find themselves with a few more opportunities. This is Adriel Timira, who gives the far post a near shave off of the turnover from De Frutos. who knew exactly what he had done. Altimira ever so close to bringing Leganes level. And still they carried on in the first half. Valentin Rossier has been one of the most consistent players for Leganes all season, and later he would show us why. In the second half, Rayo thought they had their lead doubled. De Frutos put it in the back of the net, but the flag came up for offside, and the semi-automatic offside would confirm it. It was very close, but you can't argue with technology in this case, and indeed, by the slimmest of margins, De Frutos was ahead of the pack. So it stayed 1-0, and still, Rayo carried on looking for their second goal. Dimitrovic was forced to keep Rayo off the board on a number of occasions. This shot from Unai Lopez. And then James Rodriguez with his shot on target that forced Dimitrovic to send it aside. And still, Rayo could not take that 2-goal lead. And that would prove to be the difference in the contest, because Rossier down the right with a little moment of individual brilliance against Alvaro Garcia. He gets past him, and how about that for a finish from Juan Cruz? Leganes have scored 5 goals in La Liga this season. He's got 3 of them, and all 3 are high-quality golazos, including this one. It's Rossier who does the work, but Cruz has to finish it, and he puts it into a postage corner to bring Leganes level, their first goal of the season when trailing. And so then both sides started to go for the win, and Leganes nearly had it. Sergio Gonzalez forcing a save out of Batalla. Leganes captain throwing it on target. Batalla rejecting the effort. The next effort came from De Frutos. A little deflection and a big Dimitrovic save to keep Rayo from taking the lead. He was outstanding for the visitors today. And that meant that both sides would end up taking a point from this game. Final chance was a De Frutos effort that again Dimitrovic was up to the task for. Neither side able to find the go-ahead goal. Both sides having to settle for a point. 4th game in a row for Rayo without a loss. And it ends at Vallecas. Rayo Vallecano 1, Leganes 1.
Almost a year after the match that brought him to the fore when playing for Granada, Brian Zaragoza repeated history. He had another brilliant performance against a Barcelona side who couldn't stop him. Hansi Flick's men arrived in Pamplona on form when they took on Osasuna, but they came up against the inspiration of the skilled attacker from Malaga. His cut in on Jules Koundé and measured cross to Ante Budimir led to the opening goal. But the best was yet to come. In another electric move, Zaragoza received a great pass from Pablo Ibanez. He ran in at full speed and made a deft touch to drag the ball past goalkeeper Iñaki Peña and score, bringing El Sadar to its feet. The celebration said it all. Brian Zaragoza was back to his best and was the top player of Matchday 8 in LaLiga EA Sports. These are the weekend results from Matchday 8 of the La Liga EA Sports season, which saw Mallorca win 2-1 on the road against Valladolid on the Friday night. There was a 3-0 win for Real Sociedad at home to Valencia. Barcelona dropped points for the first time this season, losing 4-2 to Osasuna. Athletic Club and Sevilla played out a 1-1 draw. Real Betis won 1-0 against Espanyol. And the big derby between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid ended 1 apiece. The match day comes to a close on Monday night with Villarreal against Las Palmas. Barcelona remain top of the table with a 3-point lead over Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid and Athletic Club complete the top 4, whilst the top 7 is rounded off by Mallorca, Villarreal and Osasuna. At the bottom it's Las Palmas, Valladolid and Valencia in the relegation zone. Here's what's coming up on Matchday 9. We get things underway with Leganes against Valencia on Friday night. From there is Real Madrid against Villarreal. Alaves hosting Barcelona. Sevilla against Real Betis in that southern derby. And the matchday comes to a close late on Sunday with Real Sociedad against Atletico Madrid.